welcome to Raw, the Fight Within podcast with myself, KUGAN CASSIUS. This week, I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by, well, I've got to be honest, it has taken me a while. Now, Tom Skinner, first of all, thank you very much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. I will say one thing, right? Like, this has taken a long time to a point where I was almost like trolling you by going like big time and all that. But you always reply to messages, you always answer calls. You don't swerve them completely.
No, do you know what it is, right? I'm so busy, you know, like, I know it's not an excuse, but every single day, I don't have a day off. So, like, when you're like, yeah, I'll pop in, I'm like, oh, mate, I want to do it, but I can't.
No, I know that, though, because then I'll see you, then you're on, like, Good Morning Britain or TalkSport or something, like, within when I've messaged him. I'm like, he's busy.
Yeah.
He's just trying to swerve it. But just like a general opener of how is life at the moment?
Busy, mate. Life's good. Three little babies indoors, beautiful wife indoors, business is going well, TV, radio's going well, everything's going all right. So I'm just grafting hard and I'm making the most of it.
Good to hear. Okay, we'll roll into the first one and then we'll kind of... I didn't want to send you questions because I think with you, you're better with a bit of a blank canvas where you're just you're hearing them almost for the first time. So let's see how this pans out. So, nice and easy one for the first one. If you could change one thing about your life right now, what would it be?
If I could change one thing about my life, probably I'd go back to when I was like 17, 18 and tell a younger me to save money and put money away for when you get older.
You've just ruined my question 9. You've just ruined... That is actually question 9. Let me rephrase this. Right? So it's not about something you would have changed in your past or your future, but it's just something currently
right now
that you would change about your life to potentially or possibly better your life.
Probably, I'll probably save money when I was younger, so I can spend more time with my kids now because I work 7 days a week, you know, and like. It's hard because sometimes when I get home from work, they're all in bed, or when I leave, most it's 4 a.m. So the only thing I'd love to change is to spend more time with my family and my kids, if I could.
But with your lifestyle, and you can see it from the outside without kind of knowing everything about your life, but you can kind of see that you're literally, from that moment you post that video in the morning of you having some very strange breakfasts, which we'll come on to, not always. But from that moment, you're on the graft like pretty much until you're on, aren't you?
Yeah. Do you know what? I actually I had a heart monitor strapped to me this week for 3 days for a podcast that I've been doing. It's about how people with busy lives and how they operate and where they get energy from. And I had this heart monitor on, and when they done the analysis at the end, they said, Tom, from the second you wake up to the second you go to bed, you don't have any rest, and we've never seen that before. You are literally on the go. You're switched on. There was no green bits when your heart's resting. You just boom, 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 boom. It's because, look, I've been given this opportunity where I am now, and I've pushed it and made it for myself. But because I've got so many things going on, I can't switch off. I've got to keep going, and now everything I'm doing has grown into a bit of a monster. So it is like if 1 second I'm down this warehouse, we're in the office. I've got other businesses. I've got radio. It's just crazy, but I'm enjoying it, but it is full on, yeah. So
this next question, right? So if I was to ask a boxer this, I do ask a lot of people within the boxing industry, and we'll come on kind of your like or love for the sport later on, but I do ask them if they wasn't in that industry, what do they think they'd be doing? It's very difficult for a boxer to answer that if they've been in it since they was a kid, and that's all they kind of know. But I don't even know what fucking industry you're in.
No one knows.
No, I don't. Because I just think, are you in reality TV, The Apprentice? Are you in this? I don't know. So what industry would you say you're in?
Buying and selling. I buy and sell. You know, that's me. I'm a trader. Like
it's a bit more than that, isn't it? For
you?
I
mean, look. I started off as a market trader. I've always worked the markets. And I love giving people a good deal, whether it's my mattresses, my furniture, my Bosch Market, everything that we do and we sell. Bosch Workwear, Bosch Communications, you know, like these telephone systems we put in, whether it's the book I just wrote, Graft. I'm always...
Is that your book now? We'll come on to
just
that
plug the
later.
book. I'm always just, I'm buying and selling. So if I wasn't doing, I mean, the radio with TalkSport and the TV work and the news and all that, that's an added bonus. I still do what I love. I still get up every morning. I still go to the cafe. I still go in the markets. I still down the warehouse grafting. I think if I wasn't doing all the reality TV and the radios, I'd be doing markets and buying and selling.
Okay, so I'll apply it to. Let's apply it to the market trade then. So if that aspect of your life hadn't been there,
Yeah.
what do you think you may have done as an alternative, or what do you like to have been thinking that you would have done as an alternative?
I'd probably be in prison.
You reckon?
Mate, like, when growing up, all my mates were either getting up to no good or nicking a few quid. There was no in between. You know what it's like. Like, I mean, I've still got the same circle of mates that I have since I was 15, 16, and we still knock about, still have a beer on a Friday. But yeah, I just sort of like found that I was good at buying and selling from a young age, and I've always stuck with that, and that's what I've done. But if I didn't do that, God knows, I'd probably I'm one of them people that get obsessive with things, like whether it's I have to do it every single day, breakfast every single day. Like, I'll get obsessed with things over and over. So if I wasn't doing that, God knows what I'd be doing, but it'd be something. Yeah,
I mean, without kind of stereotyping, I suppose if I was to look at you in a different way of, like, if you hadn't kind of got onto that market trading scene, you'd probably be a little bit of a, what do they call it, like a gentleman thief. Not a thief, you know what I mean, didn't you? Like a lovable rogue, someone who'd gone, you know, like a Del Boy pretty much, do you know what I mean?
That's it.
Like, yeah, exactly, yeah. But they're right. I'm not trying to get you in trouble here, by the way, if you're up to anything. Sorry about that. Everyone's probably watching this thinking, fucking hell, he's blown the cover. But yeah, it's interesting because, like, I know, like, that kind of role of, like, Del Boy is kind of, I'm not saying that you
I base my life on Del Boy.
Right,
he's my hero.
Yeah. But you can see that in the way you are, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With everything, not just on the market stuff, but you can kind of see that from yourself. So I think, yeah, a gentleman thief, like, what's his name? Freddie the Frog.
Freddie the Frog.
Freddie the Frog.
Yeah.
Only fools
Out doing bank jobs on weekend.
There we go.
Then giving business advice on Good Morning Britain on Monday.
There we go. Did you used to get into fights as a kid?
Not really. I had a few fights. Listen, who ain't had a fight? Do you know what I mean? I've had a few fights, but I'm a lover, not a fighter. Do you know what it is? I managed to always talk my way out of the situation. I'm one of them, like, you could want to kill me. Give me 5 minutes with you. You go, I love that Tom. He's all right. You know that.
Yeah, I wanted to hit him, but...
Yeah, I wanted to bash him up. I mean, he just slept with my wife, right? He robbed me, but... Hang on a minute, he's all right, actually. I'm having a pint of beer with him now, and I've just bought a mattress off him.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But so you didn't really get into scraps and that when you was younger?
Listen, like everyone did, I had a few scraps, I had punch-ups, but I would rather talk me way out of it and make someone laugh and smile than if we can defer the situation and get out and not having a fight. That's the way that I am.
Absolutely. So tell me about a point in your life where you felt as though you were fighting a losing battle in your life.
Fighting a losing battle?
You must have had one.
Yeah, no, I mean, probably just before I met my wife, Sinead. I was mid-20s. Anything I was doing, I couldn't make happen. I'd lost my flat. I'd moved back to my mum's. My mum's got a 2 up, 2 down house, yeah? And I was like, I need somewhere to stay. I had no money. I was skint. And my mum, bless her, she bought me this pull-out camping bed from Argos, yeah? And I'd come home and I'd fold it out and sleep on that, and I was so embarrassed that I had no money, and I would wake up before everyone got up, yeah, and leave the house, and I had nothing to do. I had no job, I had no van, I had no money, and I'd gone from having successful market stalls and just wanked it all away, and I didn't know how I was going to get in front, and I tried everything. I tried absolutely everything. I was, talking to people I know, can I have a bit of stock on credit, and well, when you're in a hole, it's hard to get out of it. It's hard to move forward, and I just kept going. I kept chipping away, kept moving forward, and I really couldn't get anywhere. And then I don't know. I think the turning point was I started doing pillows, yeah, And I managed to talk one of my mates into lending me some money to buy some pillars. And then I started doing on the market two for a fiver. And I started getting a little bit in front. And then I was doing like these like packages of duvets and pillars. And I started getting in front a little bit. And then I met my missus. And I remember I fell in love with my missus straight away. And she was like, "You really good at this." And I think when I met her, I thought, you know what, Tom, like I'd had all the cars, like I'd had Porsches and Bentleys and Audis, and I'd gone back to stand at my mum's and I'd pull out bed and being skint, not having a tenner. And I thought, I met her, I want to make a life of her. And I just knuckled down and I just got to work. And it was a losing battle until really I met her, I think.
How old was you at that point?
Mid-20s. Mid-20s, yeah.
It's a funny age, isn't it?
Do you know what it is? I've always been up and down in my life, yeah? Like, I could always earn money, but my problem was spending it. Like, I had no problem earning 2 or 3 grand in a week. Always loved it, could do it. I could everything, they used to call me the Midas touch. A touch thing turned into gold. Because I'd buy a parcel, I'd sell it, I'd nick a few quid. But I had this mentality where I had to knock it out. I had to go out to the West End. I had to go out to the casino. I had to go out and party. I had to go and just do something. I could never put it away. And it was only really till my sort of, mid to later 20s that I started actually putting away and then investing it into other things.
Yeah, that age, I think, careful what you say nowadays, for a male is a bit of a funny period if you're not set in your job, or if you've done something from school and you've gone up to your mid-20s and that's what you're doing. But because I found out, like, I was doing, I don't even remember what I was doing at 25. I don't know what I was doing.
But you know, like, it's a funny age because some of your mates are settling down, having kids, buying houses, and other of your mates are just like on the piss all the time, partying, living life. You're at an age where one of your mates is having their kid's first birthday party the weekend, and they've just bought a new house with their wife. Then the other one of your mates is back at their mum's, like, owing everyone 50 quid here and there. It's a funny age.
You don't want to be either or.
You don't, you know what I mean? One week I was at the top of the table, and the next week I was at the bottom of the table. It never had no, I never had no routine. You know what I mean?
But isn't that the beauty of it sometimes? The unplanned and not knowing what you're doing is kind of what creates where you are today as well. I
love the buzz. Like, now, I'm hungrier now than I've ever been. Like, I've got a lifestyle now. Like, I need to earn at least 20 grand a month to live, to pay my exes now. Like, that is my house, my cars.
How many exes have you got?
A lot. You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean exes?
Like exes, like...
Oh, not ex-girlfriends?
No, like my... no.
That's what I thought you said.
Nah,
I've got 20 grand to pay all my exes.
No, like my life. Like, I've built a life. Like, I've built the life that I've always dreamt of. But now, that's why I work so hard, because I want to stay there. I want to be able to pay all my bills, pay all my cars, pay everything, have the nice things, go out for nice meals, have the nice clothes. Even though I look scruffy like all the time, I want to have a nice life for my kids, for my family. So if my wife goes, "Should we go away the weekend?" Let's do it. And that's why I work so hard, because I want to have the nice. And now I've got there, but now I can't stop. I'm more because I've seen it now. I've physically got it, and I want more.
What are the everyday battles for you today when you wake up in the morning? What are they?
It's logistics of everything. It's how am I gonna? It's the fitting everything into a day is my problem. You know, like people go, "Tom, mate, you're getting 5 grand or whatever to go and do that for a day's work." Yes, I am, yeah. But I need to also, I don't want to forget where I've come from, you know, and I want to make sure that I might keep everyone happy. Whether I'm doing the radio, I want to make sure. It's like my day could be Dino's Cafe 4 a.m. breakfast. That sets me up for the day. I've always done that, yeah. Get there, get myself motivated, have a nice bit of breakfast, plan the day, do a few deals, crack on. Then I might leave there, I might come to here, to the warehouse or to the office, do a bit of paperwork, work out the sales, see what's going out on deliveries. Then I might be going on the radio. It's having the time of the day. Like last night, I was on the news, didn't get in until midnight. I was up at 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? It's I don't sleep enough. I'm just got to keep going.
So, I mean, just going back to your comment, what you said there about you had no routine, but is it a case of a little bit of organised chaos now that there are certain things that you do in a day to kind of tick you through the day, but then there could be, you could veer to this, or you could be doing the radio at midnight, you could be doing this as well, but it's a little bit of organised chaos.
Cass, there's so many cogs to me, to Bosch, to everything now, that it is organised, but it is chaos. It is like, I'm lucky I've got Colin, he's my full-time driver. He knows my schedule. Like, we've got the Bosch cab, we've got a black cab, we go anywhere in London, Bosch a number plate. Like, he goes, right, Tom, you've got to be there at 12:30, you've got a meeting over there at 2 o'clock, then we've got to get you into there for lunch, then we've got to make sure you're back here for 5 o'clock. Like, he knows it more. And I think the key to life is build a good team. When you've got a good team, you've got good people around you, they can help you and help take some of the strains off your everyday life.
Do you call yourself an emotional person?
Not really.
No.
I wouldn't say I'm emotional.
You don't come across as that overly emotional.
I'm a positive. I look, my glass is always half full. You know, I'm always upbeat. Even when the chips are down and you're up against a wall, we don't have problems. We have solutions. You know what I mean? We make it happen. We keep on marching on.
So when I asked about you being an emotional person, when was the last time you cried?
Oh, last time I cried.
Like I said, you don't come across that way.
No, the last time I cried was when I was in America, when I thought I was going to lose my wife and my kids in 1st of June when I was managing West Ham. That was one of the scariest days of my life. When I got the phone call back in January this year from West Ham United, and they said, we're going to America. It's right before Prague. I don't know if you said that. We're obviously champions of Europe. But I'm
an Arsenal fan. I'm going to say nothing right now.
3-0 the other day.
3-1. Got the consolation goal in.
They've asked me to manage West Ham as a Legends team. Now, I've supported West Ham my whole life, and it was managing legends like Anton Ferdinand, Elliot Ward, Jimmy Walker, Marlon Harewood, Savon Hines. You know, these are players. Hayden Mullins. These are players that I've watched growing up that I love. Yeah, and they said, look, we want to build West Ham up in America. You're a West Ham fan. You've got a social media presence. We'd love you to manage the team. And I said, well, I don't know anything about managing football. They said, don't worry, Kenny Brown's going to come with you, do a bit of research. We're going to go end of May. I thought, fantastic. I've never been to America in my life. Didn't even know I could go to America, but we finally got in there. And at the time, my wife was pregnant with our twins. Now, the babies, obviously twins, they come a little bit earlier, but the doctor said, we're going to do a cesarean. It'll be sort of start to middle of July. No problem. End of May, we get the plane to go to America. The morning of the flight, Sinead, are you sure I can go to America? Are you sure? She went, oh, look, Tom, it's your dream. You've got to do it. We've got just over a month till the babies come. Like, go out there, go and earn the money, go and do what you've always wanted to do. It's only for 5 days. And then I was going to fly from there, go to Prague, watch us become champions of Europe. That was the plan. Anyway, went to America. Everything's fine. Second day, I'm in America. I'm walking about. I'm on ESPN News. I've got the big American flag. I'm teaching the Americans what the word Bosch means. Everyone's like, what's going on? The third day was the first day managing the team. Now, in the morning of that, bear in mind, I'm in North Carolina. You're 5 hours in front on the time. I've rung her when I've woke up. I don't really sleep a lot. 4 o'clock probably in the morning there. It's sort of before lunchtime. I said, Sinead, how you doing? She went, oh, I've got an appointment with the doctor at the hospital. They're going to book in a cesarean date. She went, I feel a bit rough, but I'm all good. I went, when you're there, ring me, da-di-da-di-da. I've gone downstairs. I've had a bacon roll with Anton Ferdinand. I wrote all my team, what I want everyone to do on the first game. I'm buzzing for it, yeah? Everyone, right, bus will be outside in an hour. We're going to go to the pitch. We're going to play the games. Tom, everyone get ready. See you down in an hour. I've gone upstairs, got in the shower. I've put my manager's kit on. As I'm getting ready, she's ringing me now, look. As I'm getting ready, she'll answer it. I'm just talking about you on camera, baby, you all right? I'm on a podcast, you all right? Oh, what? It's the big blue shutter. You see my car outside, yeah? My wife's never been in before, you know that?
All right.
No. I'm going to get Lanks to come. Lanks! Can you get Sinead at the door? Or just ring Sinead, someone get her in. Sorry, I'm doing a podcast. Love you, babe, bye.
All that in, by the way.
Keep leaving it all in.
Keep it in raw.
So I've put my manager's kit on. Like, she's rung me. She can't speak. I thought, fucking hell. Like, you okay? She's put the doctor on. Doctor said, look, listen, Tom. Like, it's not good news. One of the babes has taken all the nutrients and goodness from the other twin. If we don't get the twins out in the next 24 hours, there's a very high percentage we're going to lose one of the twins. and if it doesn't go well, we could potentially lose your wife. What? I'm coming home, phone down. I've run outside, got the lift, gone down to the first floor where all the team were waiting. I'm crying. Anton, Ferdinand, Jimmy Walker was at the lift. They thought I was crying with happiness because I'm managing West Ham, yeah? When I thought I might lose my wife. I was in tears, like emotionally couldn't do anything. I said, I need to get home. Dave, who runs West Ham overseas and all that, he said, we'll get you home, don't worry. He said, look, we'll drop the players off and you can go to the airport and go. Don't worry, Tom, we've got it under control. And I felt bad, I was letting him down, but at first I had to be home for my family. We've dropped all the players off at the stadium. I'm looking for a cab to get to the airport, can't find one. I've got back on the bus to take me to the airport. This American fella went, for family, man, no problem. Took me straight to the airport. I got there and the only flight I could get was in 4 hours' time. I had to fly to Philadelphia to Heathrow. So I said, right, I rung her up. She's in the wall. She said, look, there's no time of my operation yet. Don't worry. I said, okay, well, I've got the flight. I'll be back tomorrow. I thought I've got 4 hours to kill. So I jumped back on the bus, went back to the stadium, run to the pitch. Everything seems all right. The team were in a circle doing their before the game speech. I jumped over the barrier, security trying to stop me, didn't know who I was. Got on the pitch, got me there, was like, Tom, what's going on? I went, listen, the plane's in 4 hours. There's no way on my life I'm missing out on managing West Ham. I've given the best motivational speech of my life. Anton Ferdinand, blah, blah, Marlon Eber, blah, blah, gang, off. Do it for my twins, do it for my wife. Let's do this. Let's kill it. Let's go. We're in America. Bosh. All this, right? We got battered 4-1. We got battered 4-1. I've jumped out, got in the car, gone straight to the airport, got on the first flight. Now I'm obviously an emotional wreck. My wife's sister's run me. She said, the twins are coming. I'm going for security. The wife, she's not good. I said, get yourself in there, hold her hand. Hold her hand, you beat it. I don't know where I was. I didn't know I was coming or going. I was an emotional mess. I got a text aboard the first plane. Twins are here, beautiful twins, £3 each. I texted, but how's Sinead? Planes took off. I didn't know on the first flight if my wife was alive. Talking to this old American lady, she was like, she'll be okay, it'll be okay. We're coming into land. As we're about to land, I've got to get connecting flight in 20 minutes. The plane's gone brace, and gone back up again, done a fly around because there was another plane on the runway. I was gone anyway. I've landed, I've got on the phone, I found out my wife's okay. And that stereotypical British thing, I see the big British Airways sign. I thought, I'm getting home now. I got there, I said, can I upgrade my flight to first class? I've had a terrible thing. She went, no problem, I had a few $1,000s. I went to pay them out. She went, we don't take cash. I thought, what's going on now? Luckily, someone said, I'll pay out my credit card, give me the cash. I got in a plane, sat in first class, had a glass of red wine, a nice steak. I got the Wi-Fi on. The family's all good. They're in recovery. The twins are all right. They're in incubators. They're not out of the woods yet, but they're all right. I landed in Heathrow, called a cab. He was outside in a Bosch cab, straight to the hospital. My wife, she's amazing. The babies, they was in there for a few weeks, you know, but they're out, they're all strong, and that was the most emotional day of my life.
I'm not quite sure what you've just told me there. I mean, I knew a little bits of this, but I didn't know this whole, like the whole kind of the context behind the day. So, I mean, that situation is horrendous anyway, but you not being in the same country obviously was the thing there, wasn't it, for you?
Yeah.
For
So I wasn't there. I felt like as a father, as a husband, as a man, I let my family down. You know, I was in America doing what I've always wanted to do, manage West Ham, and that happened. But I got there, I was with them, and look, the twins come out about a month later, 3.5, 4 weeks later. They're all home. The twins are doing well. They're starting to sit up now. So, yeah.
I don't know. It's like that 24 hours in your life must be literally the most insane thing. But thankfully, obviously, your kids and your wife kind of it was all right. Basically.
It's all right, yeah.
Yeah. Imagine telling your kids that story in the years to come.
I've read it in my book. You want to buy me a book? You've seen the full detailed story. Buy the book after Bush.
I might have to nick one of them copies.
Of course.
So, no.
Do you want me to sign one for you?
Yeah, no, I'd like you to. To be honest, obviously, I would like you to. So, I'm not asking for like a regret here, but just if you could go back in time. I mean, you've spoken about a lot of things that you could have possibly have changed from your past. But if you could go back and handle any situation differently in your life, is there anything that sticks out? I mean, that one sticks out.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
sort of fun, but
there is thousands and thousands and thousands of times that I've made mistakes and regrets. Listen, who in life has sailed through life and not made one mistake is a complete liar. Anyone says that, yeah, we've all made mistakes, made 1,000 of them. But I've learned from them, and do you know what? I can honestly say this. Every single mistake I've made in life has made me the man I am today. And I don't think I'd change. I think, apart from maybe saving money when I was younger and building a little, when I was first started out and maybe managing my money a bit better and things like that, there is nothing I would change because that's who I am. I am who I am, you know? And I can say that, like, mate, there ain't many things I haven't done. I've done everything. There ain't a commodity I ain't sold. There ain't anything I ain't done. Like, I've done everything. I've lived a very, very mental and wild life. But it's moulded me to be this person. Like, people always go, oh, like, moulded. You ain't getting moulded. Like, you're getting scars, and you don't get scars, but you know what I mean. You get battered and bruised, and you get picked up. It's how you deal with the situation. It's how you get up and keep on going forward. It's how you become who you are in life. Just don't let anything hold you back. Keep on going.
sounds like Rocky, that quote. Similar.
How hard you can get here.
Yeah,
Keep on moving.
Who's been the biggest influence in your life?
I'd like to say my mum and dad. My mum, my mum's a warrior, man. Like, my mum's a ledge. Like, my mum and dad are very different people. My dad is a ledge as well. Like, they're both legends, and they installed that hard working graft from a young age in me. Like, my mum, she was like, get up, paint round. She used to get me up when I was 12. Paint round a day, paint round a day, paint round a day. My dad taught me how to talk to people, how to deal with people, you know, how to deal with situations, and them two are definitely, yeah, 100%.
Do you know, like, obviously, when people look at you from over the last few years, from like, what you let people see on social media, etc., because you're like so high, not high as in terms of any kind of intoxication, but just high on kind of energy and life. Like, I just think to myself, when he does go home and no one sees all this, does he crash? Like, does he get depressed? Does he feel like the inevitable kind of low that kind of do follow all these highs because you're that fast paced and you're that high energy?
Mate, I don't. Do you know what? I'm going to name drop here, but on Saturday night, I had my friend Ryland come round, good friend, family friend of ours. Love him like a brother, Ryland, yeah? And he's wrote a book about, you know, he went through went depressed. I've never had depression, right? I'm one of them lucky people that you can do anything you want to me. You can put me as low as you want. I'll get back up, yeah? And he said to me, and he said this to me he went, it'll happen, Tom. One day it'll happen. I said, I don't think it will, mate. He said, well, when it does, you ring me because I've been through it, yeah? And then words stuck in me a little bit because I thought, you know what? I've been so lucky to not struggle with, even when I get home and I'm tired, I just cuddle my family, I kiss my wife, I sit on the sofa, I have a cup of tea, and I just embrace it, look around at my beautiful house and think, I've got this, I've earned this myself, like, I've done this, how have I got there, you know what I mean? And I'm happy, I'm happy on the energy of life, that the life I've been given.
Do you train your brain to do that, or have you trained your brain?
Nah, mate, I ain't, I think resilience is key.
Yeah.
I think, listen, there's three things I've always believed, and I tell anyone, get a good bit of grub inside you. An army marches on its stomach, you know what I mean? It does, it's true, yeah? You get good grub inside you, you can do anything. You can never make a good decision when you're hungry.
Yeah, I'll see where you go with that. Difficult one, this one. Actually, I don't know if it will be for you. What song do you think explains your life?
Me and My Monkey, Robbie Williams.
Why?
Have you heard it?
I feel like I have.
It's about Robbie Williams. He's in California with his monkey, and they drive to Las Vegas and they blow all their everything with their monkey there. It's a mad song, right? It's just emotional, mental song. Me and My Monkey. Like, basically, the monkey is, how I see the song is his head. It's not a real, it's his head.
I think
and the monkey's doing wild things. You know, 1 minute the monkey's stealing $2,000 to play on the roulette wheel. Next thing you know, the monkey's got a gun. Next thing the monkey's partying. Next thing the monkey's, you know, it's like my life's chaotic, yeah, and my life probably isn't normal to most people, but it's normal to me, and that's probably the song that would most
explains your
yeah.
life.
It's nothing makes sense. Why would a monkey be driving a car and playing on a roulette wheel? But that's my life, and that's that song.
A lot of people, yeah. I know there's always a song that people might not think of it straight away, but obviously that has been implemented into your head to know that. I'll have to go and listen to this back now. I do vaguely remember this this song, but I'd have to go back and listen to it now. So, yeah, something that you kind of touched on, but obviously you stole kind of one of these questions off me, yeah? But if you could go back, how old are you now, Tom?
33.
33. So if you could go back, say, 12 years to 21, me and you up in a little DeLorean, slip back to...
DeLorean?
Yeah, to 2021. Only certain Back to the Future fans would get that one. When you were 21 and you got 5 minutes to have a chat, what do you... Not tell me what you'd say for 5 minutes, but what would you tell your younger 21-year-old self?
21, I was flying. I was earning a few quid. But I will say, look, you're 21, you've got your whole life ahead of you, and you're going to have a wild, wild life. Like, you're going to sit with the big boys around a table. You're also going to be sitting on your own with nothing. You know what I mean? So just every time you earn a grand, stick a tour away. Just because you will get that rainy day. Like, that rainy day's coming. And when it comes, it's going to come at you fast. It's going to come at you hard. And that is it. That's what I tell 21. Carry on being you. I'm a confident person, you know. I talk with anyone. Like, it don't frighten me. It don't scare me. I've sat with every single person. But put a bit of money away for that rainy day. I know I'm all right now, but there was a time in my life when I wasn't.
What is it for you, and this is quite interesting for you to ask this, but what is it, what are the main factors that still drive that fight within you? When you get up in the morning, what is that still drives you?
Family. Family is everything. Family keep me driven. I do it for my kids, my wife, you know, my mum, my dad, everyone. Family, like, I want to have everything in life. I want to give them everything in life, and we're doing it. You know, we're doing it, and that's the drive. There's no worries. There's no worries in life. That's the drive.
It's a good attitude to have. I mean, yeah, I'd like that attitude myself. I suppose I'm not as glass half full.
Yeah, mate, you're always upbeat. Look, mate, there is no one, yeah, that I've ever met in my life that does what you do. You're powerful. Like, you are everywhere. On the boxing front, you're everywhere. Your YouTube channel's phenomenal. Like, mate, you should be a very proud man.
I am. No, all in boxes are ticks. Like, I am. Thank you very much for saying. But I am. But just, I don't know. I'm a bit half and half. People probably don't see it as much as
You need a curry at 4 o'clock in the morning down Dino's Cafe is what you need.
I might have to come and do that one day. So just to finish off on though, I know there's probably people on here going, hang on a minute, where Tom's going to use the box? Because this is a couple of people I've put on. They're trying to find the link. Like, I had Ray Winston on a few months ago. Ray obviously used to box, didn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously at Repton, but I didn't really want to talk to him about that kind of part.
Yeah.
But you've always been kind of would you call yourself a casual boxing fan?
Yeah, I own a boxing gym. I own Bosch Gym. You know, we've got Kevin Mitchell.
Got to come down to, by
yeah, Kevin Mitchell's down there working. Big Huey, the Banger, Kieran Farrell. We've got some great people. Eddie Earns popped his head in there. Like, it is the governor of a gym. It's only small. Yeah. It's a lovely small. And look, I've always boxed since I was 17, 18. Yeah, but I ain't a good boxer. I enjoy boxing. I've got a big punch on me, right? Any trainer ever tell you, Tom can eat hard.
You had a fight recently, didn't
you? I put him down. I felt terrible. Mate, this is why I could never be a boxer, yeah? I hit the geezer as hard as I could. I got him in a body shot, and I broke his rib, and I felt terrible. I felt absolutely terrible, yeah? Look, I do it for fitness. I do it to love it. I go to quite a lot of box. I go watch a boxing. You know, I enjoy that. Look. We've got sign gloves everywhere, you know what I mean? I've done a boxing event, the box off with Ricky Hatton the other week. Like, I love boxing, but I'm a casual boxing fan. I've got the boxing gym. The boxing gym is more for me. It makes me smile. I love seeing the kids come in there and train. You know, like, you leave all your shit at the door when you go in a boxing gym, and you're with your mates. You can do a bit of fitness. You work on yourself, and I enjoy boxing, but I always come second. Do you know what I mean in boxing?
Well, Listen, I mean, yeah, I knew you had that fight. I didn't know the extent of your injuries you caused your opponent. But yeah, if you're feeling bad over it, then maybe that
I shouldn't be a boxer, mate.
compassion side of it.
I'll tell you a funny story about boxing, though. Big Lanks, you know, I make you see earlier on. When I went on to The Apprentice, me and him was sparring, yeah? Now, Lanks is 6'7", 21 stone, he's a big boy, and he's had a lot of fights, yeah? And I got a big body shot on me, and I caught him and I hurt him, yeah? Anyway, done me straight, fucking knocked me spark out, knocked me clean out, yeah? Give me a massive black eye, all bruised down here. The next day was I was doing the photo shoots to go into The Apprentice house, and I had to turn up with a massive black eye. And I went, what have you done? I went, oh, spar me, mate, you knocked me out. and so when you see me on The Apprentice, all the photos of me, they don't actually look like me because they've had to Photoshop the side of my face to look normal.
You're knocked out just before going on The Apprentice. Jesus. But from you, it's not even a shock, to be honest with you, Tom, to be honest with you. Listen, much appreciate your time, Mr. Skinner. I know I'm glad we got this done. But yeah, I know you're kind of flat out. But yeah, 4 a.m. Dino's Caff. I don't think I've ever been to Dino's Caff either.
Dino's Caff, New Spitalfield Market, in late it's the Governor. I'll take you down there one more. When you're up, we'll take you down there. And
4 in the morning?
4 in the morning, mate. I've got to start early.
I might have to do it after a night out.
Yeah, on the way home.
On the way in. Tom Skinner, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for listening or watching. Make sure you comment, like and subscribe, and we will see you, or you'll see us or hear us next week. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, can you just give one more bosh?
A bosh!
There we go.